My name is Gillian Larson. I live in Arroyo Grande, California, and I run Gillian Larson's Wilderness Horsemanship workshops, as well as consulting and anything that basically helps people get into the backcountry with their horses. The idea of kind of learning what it takes to travel safely with your horses and keep them safe, and also make it enjoyable for both you and your equine. My experience in the backcountry with equines comes mostly from doing 3 different Mexico to Canada rides, from the Mexican border to the Canadian border. I did them in 2014, 2016, and 2018. I've also done a variety of shorter distance backcountry rides, and in all, I have about 11,000 miles of backcountry trails under my belt. And it was a lot of mistakes made along the way that I had to learn, hard lessons from. And I just wanted to help people, learn the knowledge and feel more prepared as a beginner, and to not have to sometimes learn from mistakes. So the Wilderness Horsemanship Workshop is basically a 2-day event. People arrive on Friday afternoon and kind of get settled with their horses in the campground. My mom provides dinners for both Friday and Saturday night, and we all get to know each other on Friday night. And then when it comes to Saturday, we start the morning with more of an in-classroom session where I kind of present the bulk of the information side of the material, learning about the planning. I also lay out all of the gear that I use and that I have found super helpful. It's also very nice to kind of have the visual representation, because it's one thing to say XYZ that you're bringing, and then it's another to realize visually how much stuff that is, how much space it takes up, and it just makes the overall, bring it to real life, easier. One of the topics that we cover in the classroom setting would be the nutrition side of things, how to make sure that the feed you're bringing is nutritionally balanced, how many pounds to provide for your horse, how to compensate for poor grazing, or if you're going to rely more exclusively on grazing. And then on day 2, we do kind of more of the hands-on learning portion, where we go over how to pack a horse, how to balance your loads, the different kinds of stock containment, like how to set up a high line, how to, go through the stages of hobble training your horse so that they are safely getting used to hobbles. Just any of the kind of more hands-on questions that people have when it comes to preparing their horse. We basically go on 2 different rides. We do a longer one on Saturday afternoon that is 7 miles, that, gets to the top of a ridge line, and you have views of the lake. Overall, just the surrounding coastal mountains are pretty rugged, so it's very beautiful. It's a bit steep, so it's good to have a horse that's a little bit in shape. And then day 2, we do a shorter ride. It's about 3.5 miles. I think that these, views around here are very worthwhile. The why behind why I do this would be, it's the regular world. You kind of get into such a, monotonous rhythm with life, and it kind of never ends. There's always more bills to pay. There's always more things to worry about, and it becomes a bit numbing. You kind of stop, really appreciating a really good meal, or feeling the sun and how warm it is. And there's something about getting in the backcountry with your horse and stripping away all of that excess clutter that it makes you just feel more. You feel more in tune. You just feel like you're feeling, more of the emotions, both sometimes the good and the bad. But it's just very much a revitalizing experience to be able to go in the backcountry, especially with an equine companion, when you have put so much into that relationship. To then elevate that relationship to going in the backcountry is just, I think, very meaningful. So I host these wilderness horsemanship workshops a few times a year, 3 or 4 times, and I hope that you will get to attend. They're usually in the spring or the fall, which is kind of the best season out here. And I look forward to getting to meet you all.